Picture this. You're sweating in the pro shop right now, holding the Titleist 716 AP2 in one hand and the T100 in the other. And you're desperately trying to figure out which one actually deserves your hard-earned cash.
Right. On one side, we're looking at a legendary workhorse that consistently helps the average guy play significantly better golf. Facing off against it, a literal surgical instrument built for absolute precision and tour-level control. Both of these clubs look incredibly professional sitting in your bag. Out on the turf, though, they play like two completely different animals. Choosing the wrong setup here is going to cost you serious strokes, sore hands, and a massive amount of frustration.
Welcome to Golf Gear's Showdown. In this explainer, we put equipment head-to-head so you can stop wasting money and start playing smarter golf. Let's get right into Section 1, Ego versus Reality. Okay, let's dive into this matchup. When you walk into that shop, the choice usually comes down to a brutal battle between your ego and your reality.
You see the marketing hype everywhere, you know? Your ego absolutely demands the T100 because it looks exactly like what the tour guys are swinging on Sunday afternoons.
But then reality sets in. That 15 handicap of yours, plus that occasional thin shot that vibrates all the way up your forearms on a cold morning, are desperately screaming for the AP2.
Buying gear purely on looks is a massive trap a lot of weekend warriors fall into. It completely ruins scorecards.
Treating both sides as direct competitors today reveals two totally different Titleist design philosophies. The T100 is a demanding tour-inspired blade profile. It features minimal offset, a higher center of gravity, and a much more compact blade length.
Which is data guys speak for really hard to hit. The 716 AP2 operates as the classic Goldilocks iron. It utilizes a wider sole and perimeter weighting to remain forgiving, but it definitely avoids being a bulky, oversized game improvement shovel.
Exactly. The T100 stands completely on the other end of that spectrum. It's thinner, it's sharper, and it's completely unforgiving if your swing path is even slightly off. We've got 6 intense rounds of head-to-head criteria to crown a winner today. We'll be covering distance, forgiveness, accuracy, feel, value, and golfer fit.
You will definitely want to stick around for round 5, by the way. We uncover a massive price secret on the used market that most amateur golfers completely overlook when comparing these two specific models.
Let's move to the turf for Section 2, the distance and forgiveness battle. Round 1 is strictly about performance and distance. Now, neither of these are those hollow-body distance irons you see everywhere now. But based on design intent, the AP2 utilizes high-density tungsten to lower the center of gravity. That means it launches easier and maintains ball speed better for average swing speeds.
Hold on, I gotta challenge you on that point, Mike. The T100 delivers exact distance consistency that better players need. If you flush a 7-iron 160 yards, it travels exactly 160 yards every single time.
That is totally true, assuming you strike the exact middle of the face. Most guys watching this explainer do not do that consistently. Because of that harsh reality, that most of us don't have a tour card, we have a clear victor for the average player.
The AP2 just brings a little more pop to the table. It holds onto that ball speed and carries the distance, even when you miss by half an inch toward the toe.
Round 1 winner is officially the AP2. It takes the opening points specifically for golfers who do not hit the dead center every single swing. Round 2 focuses heavily on forgiveness. This is where things get serious. Standing over the ball, the T100 feels genuinely intimidating. It honestly looks like a butter knife.
Just look at the visual contrast it addresses. The T100 has a punishingly thin top line next to the AP2's comforting bulk and that visible tungsten perimeter weighting.
When I'm staring down a 170-yard carry over water, my 15 handicap swing needs a little visual comfort. If you miss the sweet spot on that T100 blade profile, your total distance drops off an absolute cliff. Common feedback suggests the AP2 is the undisputed champion of this category. Because of that specific perimeter weighting, it keeps the golf ball on a very playable trajectory during those inevitable toe or heel strikes.
That means keeping your chunked approach shots out of the front bunkers. You're actually getting them onto the putting surface instead.
Round 2 winner goes to the AP2 without any debate whatsoever. So the AP2 is up 2-0 right out of the gate. But what does round 3 reveal that most amateur golfers completely miss? Well, we're about to look at the deep nuances of shot control. This specific detail might completely change your mind on which club to put in the bag. Let's shift gears into Section 3, precision, feel, and value. For round 3, we evaluate accuracy and control. The T100 features incredibly superior turf interaction. Basically, the narrower sole glides through the grass without bouncing. If you actively want to work the ball, maybe shape a draw around an oak tree, or flight a low fade out of the rough, this club excels in nuance.
I hear you on the workability, Mike, but the AP2 is so much more stable through the hitting zone. It aggressively resists twisting.
Stable often just means automatic, Jake. The AP2 wants to go perfectly straight all day. It feels way too bulky when you actually need to carve a specialized shot under pressure, and the higher MOI fights against your attempts to shape it.
Yeah, all right. I guess if you are actively trying to play like a scratch golfer, you genuinely need that advanced workability to attack tucked pins.
Exactly right. The T100 takes this category easily based on performance ceilings and pure control.
Round 3 winner goes to the T100 purely for superior shot shaping and precision.
Round 4 tackles feel and confidence. There's a massive psychological side to standing over a forged iron. You want a club that sounds and feels like pure quality.
Both of these options feel fantastic at impact. However, they offer distinct sensations. The AP2 provides a softer, somewhat muted comfort on the hands because of the multi-material construction.
Meanwhile, the T100 delivers a pure, sharp click. It creates an intimidating confidence for a truly good ball striker who wants instant feedback on exactly where they struck the face.
Because feel is entirely personal to the player, we cannot declare a definitive better option here. It all comes down to what gives you confidence when you're staring down a tight fairway.
Round 4 winner results in a dead tie.
Let's talk real money in round 5. Here is a smart shopper move that most golfers miss entirely. The 716 AP2 is a slightly older model, which means you avoid the huge, painful depreciation hit of buying a brand new set and driving it right off the lot.
We love keeping cash in our wallets on this channel. Why pay a massive premium just to be the first guy to put a scratch on them?
Exactly. Older, legendary forged irons offer a massive financial advantage on the used market. The data backs that up completely today. With the AP2, you get 90% of the modern performance for maybe 50% of the price. That is unbeatable math.
The T100 commands a premium price tag. It retains its value extremely well, but you pay a ton up front to put them in your bag.
Does the extra precision justify hundreds of extra dollars for a weekend player? Absolutely not. Round 5 value winner is firmly the AP2.
So, we have crowned winners for distance, forgiveness, and value. But which iron actually fits your exact golfer profile and handicap? Stick with us as we break down exactly who should buy what in this final stretch. It's time to transition this battle into practical reality. Let's move into section 4, best fit by golfer type. Mid-handicappers sitting between a 10 and 20 absolutely need the AP2 to help mask their strike inconsistencies.
Low handicappers in the 2 to 7 range should grab the T100. You guys actually have the swing speed and consistency to properly compress it.
Budget buyers should be hunting the used rocks for the AP2 immediately.
Gearheads who demand the modern tour experience and possess fast swings will definitely want the T100.
If you are a senior or a high handicapper specifically looking for maximum distance, honestly, neither of these are your best option. But if you were forced to choose between the two, the AP2 is the only logical choice. We need to have a serious talk before you pull out your credit card. Let's look at section 5, the pro player trap, and how to avoid this massive mistake. The crucial point here is avoiding a buying mistake that ruins scorecards. When you buy a club that is too demanding, you aren't playing like a pro. You're just making a really hard game even harder. I almost did that exact thing a few years ago. I bought blades simply because they looked incredible in the bag. It completely wrecked my confidence for an entire summer.
I see guys do this every single week at my local course. Weekend warriors aggressively chase PGA Tour aesthetics instead of functional performance.
You buy the T100 because it looks cool to your buddies, but you can't hit the center of the face 8 out of 10 times, and your hands hurt by the 14th hole. Buy the club that fits your worst miss, not your perfect shot.
Let's gear up and deliver Section 6 final verdict and winners. We have no brand protection here whatsoever, just the honest truth for your game. The AP2 is incredibly forgiving and presents a massive value, but it does carry older tech and a slightly bulkier look at a dress.
The T100 offers elite precision and modern aesthetics. However, it is deeply punishing on mishits and costs significantly more.
Overall winner for the average golfer, the 716 AP2s takes the crown.
Best for absolute control, the T100 wins that fight.
Best value and best for forgiveness, the AP2 sweeps both of those categories easily.
If you are a 12 to 15 handicap trying to improve, skipping the T100 and buying a clean, used set of 716 AP2s will save you hundreds of dollars and drop your scores immediately.
Drop your handicap and your iron pick in the comments below. Are you taking the forgiveness of the AP2 or the precision of the T100? And ask yourself this, are you buying golf clubs to impress your buddies in the parking lot Or are you buying them to actually shoot lower scores?
Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next head-to-head showdown. In our next explainer, we are putting the TaylorMade P790 right up against the Titleist T200, and it gets really heated.
Play smart out there, and we will see you on the first tee.